So, obviously, the story that keeps on giving has had some strange discourse on Twitter. Like, again, I have proper basketball content coming, and if you guys are new to the channel, obviously subscribe for that. We're going to be actually breaking down the game against the Liberty tonight, assuming Caitlin Clark doesn't get assaulted again. We're going to be talking about, I've got 3 NBA draft videos ready to go. It's just unfortunate that this story just keeps on giving. But anyway, now we're going to get on to it. So, people are talking about the enforcers. Matt Barnes, Draymond Green. These people are talking about the Fever needing an enforcer. And do the Fever need an enforcer for their team? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know necessarily how important it is, what it's going to do. But at the end of the day, it probably can't harm having an enforcer or somebody to at least physically, I'm not even going to say go back at them. But again, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind, so I don't necessarily see the worst thing or see the point of it. I think as far as people saying the teammates need to step in and help her, I think had Aaliyah Boston stepped in to stop her against Vivian's, she stepped in to break up that against Vivian's, and Aaliyah Boston's on 5 fouls. If Aaliyah Boston goes and gets herself chucked from the game, due to ending up picking up a foul, defending Caitlin Clark, they lose that game. A lot of people are like, oh, but like, it's more about the bigger picture. At the end of the day, when your team is 1-8, you win the game. I'm not going to say she'd be wrong for defending a teammate, but I'm also not saying she's wrong because Aaliyah Boston won them that game. Again, could the players have stepped up? Maybe. But if they wanted to not risk getting tossed and win the game, that's another way to deal with it. That is another way to deal with it. But I do think in general, like, it's probably a situation that they're probably not used to being in. They've been so bad for so many years. Like, they've been terrible. The Indiana Fever have been absolutely terrible for years. So they're going to continue to be bad. And I've literally just saw another story about Kennedy Carter insulting Caitlin Clark as a player. Oh my God, I'm going to talk about that one in a little bit. But that video will actually be out before this one. But people are now talking about bringing Liz Cambage back into the WNBA. Liz Cambage. Do you guys know anything about Liz Cambage? She literally is like, as bad as people think Kennedy Carter is, Liz Cambage is 100 times worse. Liz Cambage, every second game assaults somebody. She'll be playing pickup games and someone will be there for a rebound and she'll hit them with an elbow. She's playing in the Chinese basketball league, where people are like 8 inches smaller than her, and she's just swinging at them. She racially abused the Nigerian team. Her own team, she got kicked off the Nigeria team or off the Australia team for the last Olympics. Claimed it was mental health, and it turned out that every single player on both the Australia and the Nigerian teams backed up a story to claim that she was racially abusing the Nigeria team. Like, what is this? No, not Liz Cambage. I get it. Liz Cambage is going to... You see, Liz Cambage is like Draymond. If Draymond had no self-control. Liz Cambage makes Draymond look like he's got some like elite level self-control. No, you don't bring Liz Cambage back into the WNBA. And the funniest part is like Liz Cambage literally, as far as talent level goes, with her size and her talent level, maybe top 3 all time. Top 3 all time. And that's being like conservative, saying top 3. Maybe top 1. If you said that Liz Cambage, talent-wise, at her peak, if you take everything off the floor and her attitude out of it all, if you said Liz Cambage is the greatest of all time, not the greatest, the best of all time, she's far from the greatest of all time, talent-wise, the best ever, that is not a crazy statement to make. Liz Cambage should have been one of the 5 greatest players to ever play. She should have been the greatest center. She had, imagine Cardoso, but bigger, faster, better touch, better footwork, stronger, more coordinated. She had Cardoso's size with unbelievable skill. It wasn't just an under-the-basket player to live off scraps. No, you could give her the ball, she'd back down. She had hands, she could drop step. She was the strongest player in the league. But Liz Cambage had severe attitude problems. Like, there are attitude problems. And, like, people talk about, like, Draymond having attitude problems. Kennedy Carter, without question, has attitude problems. Like, Kennedy Carter, there's a reason why she was suspended from the Dream. There's a reason why she was kicked off her team from overseas. And there's a reason why she was out. She played her way out of the league. There's a reason why. The attitude has been a big, big time issue for Kennedy Carter. But, like, the answer for what to do about players targeting Caitlin Clark is not to bring back Liz Cambage. I'm sorry, it's not. Liz Cambage is never the answer. We're in the year of 2024. Yeah, that's what year we're in. We're in the year of 2024. We know what Liz Cambage brings. We know how good a basketball player Liz Cambage is. But we also know that Liz Cambage is not a positive for a team. We also know that, like, if you are a team, you do not want Liz Cambage on your team. And that is what we're seeing. Like, the discourse has now gotten to the stage where people are so, like, set on defending Caitlin Clark that they actually, like, Liz Cambage will not defend Caitlin Clark, by the way. Liz Cambage will use it as an excuse to attack somebody. Like, if Liz Cambage, unprovoked, I've seen her, like, just elbow people randomly unprovoked. I've seen her just swing at people for no reason. Like, she's not going to defend Caitlin Clark. For anyone saying, like, oh, Liz Cambage is going to go and she'll be the one to defend. She'll be the enforcer. She'll defend Caitlin. She actually won't. She'll just pick a random person and hit them. And then, like, she now has the excuse of, oh, I was defending Caitlin Clark. Bringing Liz Cambage back into this team just gives a person who has a problem with assaulting people free reign to assault people. And an excuse to assault people. No, this is not what we do. This is not what we do. Referees control this. This is on the referees. I'm just putting it out there. This is on the referees. If the referees start chucking people from games for committing flagrant 2 fouls, if they start chucking people from games from what they're doing, if, like, again, the Jordan rules change stuff in the NBA. If you're going out, these are the Caitlin rules right now. This is the WNBA performing the Caitlin rules. You got to stop. The referees have got to put a stop to the Caitlin rules. The league has got to put a stop to the Caitlin rules. That is the only way anything changes, by the way. That is the only way we see any change. Because what people are saying, they need to bring in an enforcer, and everyone's looking at Liz Cambage. Like, I don't actually think that would change anything. Especially bringing back Liz Cambage. Whatever about the enforcer. Like, there is some merit to that. There's some merit to bringing in somebody who's so tough that teams, like, might be scared of going after your star player. There's some merit to that, I will say. Like, again, Saxton's not playing. Just bring in somebody for Saxton. Like, is Dantas, could she be the enforcer when she's back from injury? I don't know. But Liz Cambage is not the answer. I'm sorry, if you know anything about Liz Cambage, you just don't bring her back.